occasion, one that we are celebrating an excellent man's birthday. Sorry about my voice, I'm fighting a cold, so I apologize. We had to use this. Normally they can hear me outside and down the block. So
You sound good.
good deal. Again, thank you guys for coming to our fire station and celebrating with the family and all the friends. It's a fantastic showing. When I was asked to do the opening ceremony and say a few words about Smokey, I realized that I couldn't because it would take me all day because of the influence that he's had on me as a person, my family, and my career. When I met Mr. Bennett, because my parents were demanding of the fact that I treated everybody with respect, and Mr. and Mrs., and then Captain Bennett for the Jackson Fire Department was demanded by the CAL FIRE employees, or CDF employees, excuse me, that I worked with. And then when I went to Napa, and Frida saved me in the store from being totally ignored at the front counter by him and Pat for hours because I was from Ione. I was to address him Smokey. So Smokey had stuck for a long time. So I was scared to death of him because of his tilted glasses, and I picked that trait up so it really works. It does good. His pipe that he smoked and his stern facial looks and grumpy grunting sounds that he had because I seemed to be bothering him no matter what I said. But it was instantly followed by a firm and sincere outreach to teach and to make sure that I understood and that everything was safe. And in Amador County, no matter where you grew up, you were everyone was your second parent. And those parents could get a hold of your parents quicker than the modern day cell phones have the ability to. And we never figured out how, and I know nobody's going to release that secret either, so we're still going to be figuring that. Had a lot of good times at Sutter Hill Fire Station, watching his old red and then his green pickup drive by at lightning speed with the siren and the red lights going. You could always hear it for about a mile before it got there because of the exhaust system and the roar of the engine. But it was always good as a kid to see him go by. Or his weekly Monday night radio announcement to our dispatch at Danaher that 3300 and 3301 would be out at the bowling alley, available by phone. For those who monitor the scanner, you understand what I'm talking about. So, but most of all, his calm radio voice that he always had. One of the most memorable was on the Amador Lumberyard fire, which was right there in Martell, next to where Meeks is now. It was a huge fire, and the way he made it sound, and it was just a little roadside nothing call, and I took up most of the block, and a lot of firefighting went into it. The multiple wood chip pile fires at American Forest Products, the sawmill, the countless vehicle accidents. There were major accidents, but he always made them sound minor, because just the way that he trained us to stay focused and stay calm. There was the landing zone at Ross Bridge in '88 that he went to a lot of trouble to put together, and when the helicopter pilot that apparently just came out of Vietnam decided to land where he wanted to, Smokey just got on the radio and said, "All right, that's good enough," and it just kind of went on about its way. So he always had a great ability to change bad things into real good. There were several times that he was asked about how long he was going to be on scene, and his reply was that after we get done picking up all the hose because somebody had dumped the clutch on the hill, we get out of here. So he always turned, like I said, turned a bad thing into good, and always made us laugh. And he always had a good stern radio voice and just kept us calm. You've been a pillar of and direction of strength for many of us. And you've gone through many trying times personally yourself, and you've truly shown us how important family is. I have a lot of things in my life and my career to say thank you to you about, including learning how to square dance. Yeah, you were the major influence. That's the only reason I went up there, besides Debbie pushing me through. I will be back, don't worry. And dancing, but most of all is your friendship and following your footsteps and watching your sons and daughter-in-laws do the same and be a part of our department and making us part of your family. So without further, I'd just like to say happy 80th birthday, Smokey, And I have a couple of things I'd like to present to you. On behalf of the City of Ione Fire Department, we would like to present and make you at this time an honorary firefighter, James Lyman Bennett, Smokey. John. That's what I said. James. You were scaring me to death. Come on. Okay, I'm done. It is with tradition and honor that on this date, November 5th, 2016, that has been officially placed on the department's roster as an honorary firefighter for the City of Ione. The City of Ione Fire Department thanks you for your years of dedication and service to the citizens of our county and to the countless hours of training and knowledge that you have provided to the generations of firefighters at keeping us safe. Thank you very much. I'll come over there.
Thank you, Chief.
And you have your own signed helmet also. Now I believe we have one other speaker.
Then it's my turn.
Oh, God. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Thank you, Kathy.
You said you wouldn't mind a party. I don't think this is quite what you had in mind. I think you had a dinner in mind, but you deserve bigger than that, and here it is. It has been fun to get together with my siblings and remember why we love our dad. And the pictures have been a lot of fun. Your life has seen some challenges. A changing career because you were needed somewhere else. A business that burned down, and you faced that as a firefighter, an employee, and family. Financial struggles that were hard to get through. Children who pushed boundaries. Yes, I went into brother. Watching children suffer in ways that children should not have to suffer. Loved ones gone before we would have liked. As a dad, we knew we could count on you. We learned how to ride bikes from you, drive a car, because Mom wasn't going to teach us, work a lawnmower and a table saw. You taught us how to treat each other. You taught us how to love our spouse. You taught us how to work hard. You taught us to appreciate our country and to respect God. You taught us to keep trying no matter how many times we fall down. You taught us that love can be found again. And I want to thank Barbara specifically for finding him and keeping him going. Woo! You taught us to serve our communities. As we looked at the pictures, we realized no matter how hard you and Mom had to work to keep a roof over our heads, that you were always involved serving somewhere. First in the Army, but also as a Sheriff Reserve Deputy, in the Lions Club, and in the fire department. And it did seem like that firefighting part is genetic and kind of spread. You taught some of us how to love baseball. Dad, you taught us to remember we are family. Mom taught us that too, and you have continued to show it to us no matter what happens in this world, we have each other. We can count on each other when needed. We can count on you to love us. And we love you, Dad. Happy birthday. We would love if anybody else had anything that they'd like to say. We can bring the mic to you, or you can come up here. If there's anybody that, now's the chance, because he's sitting still. I'm not sure the mic will reach all that far, because it's on this way. But if you wanted to speak up, or you can come on up, sir. Buddy?
There you go, somebody right behind you.
No, I was gonna handle it.
You gotta say something now.
Anybody?
You.
Me?
He scares us too much to get up there.
He is, that's my dad, in case you hadn't figured it out from the looks. Yeah, I know. But he is the greatest man I've ever met. He has taught me so much. He's taught me so much on patience, on love, watching how he's loved Mom and now Barbara. He stood by me no matter what has gone on in my life until I found my wife that I have. He's always been there. He's always lended an ear and taught me so much, and I thank him. And I hope that in another 80 years we get to do this again. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
To start with, I'd like to say I love that man like a brother. I really do. A lot of you don't know me, and you don't know the things that my wife and I have gone through. All three of our children were born with a fatal genetic disease. The last survivors there. And I learned how to get through that by my upbringing. I'm an ER nurse for a living. I meet a lot of people who aren't as fortunate as I am. And the one thing I've learned is the secret of life. And that's to find someone to love and love you back. I've done that once in my life. He's done it twice. And he's a richer man than a lot of people I've ever met.
I was waving at John, actually. No, and I didn't have anything necessarily I want to say, but I have the good fortune of being able to have married into the Bennett family and be an honorary Bennett. And that's a big privilege. I have enjoyed that quite a lot. Smokey's been a bonus dad. My dad passed away 20 years ago. And so Smokey's been a bonus dad for me. And I've just really enjoyed, certainly being married to his daughter, but enjoyed the extended family because we periodically have get-togethers, come up here, and I appreciate and I've always appreciated his involvement in the community. You know, I've seen a third party, I've seen it just as an extension, but I see that he continues and has always been involved in the community, giving back and serving the community that he's in. And I wish that was more of a model. Now, and we're not seeing that, and that's profoundly disappointing that we don't see that. So I think that's a great model for folks, and I appreciate that he's instilled that in his kids as well. So thanks for being a bonus dad.
And I'll just add that it's kind of already been said, but what Dad and Mom instilled in us, and our family has had to go through a lot of really tough things. But you know, even though I may not see or even talk to my brothers and my sister for quite a while, when something comes up, even the fun things like this, we're there together, and that value of family is so strong in us. And I've seen it in my kids, and I've seen it in Cody, Jim's son. Just that's been passed on, and that came from my dad and my mom.
Yeah, four siblings that actually get along. That's not that usual.
No, I've never liked him.
Except for those.
Except for John.
Tried to kill him once.
Twice.
No, you don't know about most of them.
Yeah, well, John tried to burn the house down, I'm told.
Yeah.
That's another story.
Real quick, I just want to speak. I'm Smokey's stepdaughter. I was fortunate enough to join Smokey's family when he married my mom. I'm going to cry because that's just what I do. I just want to speak specifically to Smokey and say that I never thought anybody would make Mom as happy as my dad did. And you have filled those shoes in ways that I never thought any man could. So thank you for loving her the way that she deserves. And I know just from having her as a mom that that love is reciprocated back to you. Again, I always cry. Don't get a big head. So, happy birthday.
I just told her a sad story.
Yeah, thank you. Happy birthday, and thank you.
I won't do that again before you talk.
You know, there are many things, all good, that I've had happen to me in my lifetime. And that includes the passing of some of my grandkids, my late wife, because life has to go on afterwards. It's a terrible thing at the time, and I cannot stand any taller than to be so proud of my kids. That includes my stepkids, Barbara. And
I'm so not on the ballot. Smokey.
And one of the toughest things that I hope, and I'm emotional also, I own fire never has to go through, is when we lost a Jackson firefighter in the line of duty, who is in the Hall of Fame, and he's also, I think, in Sacramento, listed on the, and that's when you really learn about everybody is your brother in the fire service. And I don't care if you're male or female. And it's a terrible thing, but it's something that brings everybody together. We, in Jackson, we had people covering our station during the ceremony from the city of Modesto. They bring their own rigs, and they will do anything that needs to be done. Enough of that. I want to thank everybody for showing up today. It's a great day for me, seeing everybody, especially a lot of the square dancers, because after I injured my back in Montana, right after we left Helena from the square dance, it looks like my square dance days are over. I will continue to come to the club when I can and support them. But I think we're going to